What's up guys, welcome back to another video with my bearded dragon Mojo. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to tame your bearded dragon. So I'd like to start off by saying Mojo was a very tame bearded dragon when I got her. She was about 4 months old when I got her, but she was very tame. So I was like getting prepared for all the steps on how to tame her, but she was just tame pretty much straight away. But each bearded dragon's different. Some might be just like Mojo and be really tame, or some might take months to come out of their shell. So all the steps I'm going to give you may take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, or a couple of months. It really depends what your bearded dragon's like, and every animal's different. So let's get going. So the first step is that you'll want to leave them for about a week or two. Like imagine you were in a whole good place which you liked, and all of a sudden you were taken out and you just got put in this completely random space and you had no idea where it was. And then suddenly a massive hand comes down and just picks you up and takes you to random places. It would be a bit scary, so you'll just want to leave them for about a week. Mojo I left about a week. Some people say 2 weeks, but I think Mojo was ready after about a day, to be honest. But I still waited a week. Even if they do seem ready, at least wait a week, because you don't know. You might think they're ready, you go to pick them up and they're really freaked out. So just leave them to relax. Now in this week they might just be hiding away constantly, off their food completely. Don't worry, bearded dragons are built to survive a good amount of time without food. Although like we always try to feed them and stuff, they can actually survive it, but don't like purposely not feed them. Always offer food. Mojo was eating as soon as we got her home. And they might just be hiding away. Even when they're hiding away, don't like take away their hiding places just so they can come out. Just leave them to relax and get settled in, because you know it would be stressful for them. Step 2. So after about a week or however long this took, so if they're in your room like Mojo is for me, then they're going to experience you coming in and out a lot. But I didn't like sit with my face pressed up against the glass and that would freak her out probably. But just in that, after you've done that, just kind of sit there and watch them. Do that for about a day or two, depending on how your bearded dragon takes to it. It's depending for how your bearded dragon takes to it for each step really, so I won't repeat saying that. I just close their eyes. Step 3. Start putting your hand into the vivarium. They may come up to you, see what you're doing, like take a look around, or they might just hide away and be really scared at what this random hand is. They're not like gerbils or rabbits, so they're not going to come up and sniff your hand and see what you are. They'll probably just kind of stare at it. They might climb on your hands, or they might do anything, but don't move your hand, just keep it there. Do this for about 2 days, maybe about that. If they hiss at you when you have your hand in, then I would recommend taking it out a little bit, but just stay there, and then when they stop hissing, start going a little bit further in. So if they are fine with your hand just being there, start moving a little bit closer to them. Don't like reach out and grab them, just kind of move slowly a little bit closer. And if they hiss at you or do anything to you, just kind of move back a bit and then slowly go forward, and if they hiss, move back, and you know. So you could do that for 10 minutes or more each day, and for about 2 to 3 days. So the next step is to start to stroke them a little bit. Don't like reach your hand out and like grab them and like stroke them like you would with a dog. Just kind of use your finger and just stroke them a little bit. If they get freaked out, go back to the bit with your hands in there, but just stroke them a little bit and see what they do. When I stroke Mojo, she doesn't do anything, she just sits there. Sometimes she actually falls asleep when I stroke her. So just do it a little bit with your finger. Don't go onto their head or beard, maybe just around their toes, around the edge of their back and on their tail. And then if they seem okay with that, try doing it on their back with your finger. But just doing it a little bit more with your full hand, not completely because of course they're small animals, but just kind of stroke them a little bit. And do it where you stroked them before, but just with more of your hand. And then the next step is to start to stroke them on their head and their beard. So of course you couldn't have just done this straight away because, you know, a head is more, you know, like a personal feature to them than their back, I guess. So of course you can't use your hand for this because they've got small heads. So you'll just use your finger and just kind of stroke the top of their head and then maybe a little bit of their beard. Mojo loves having her head stroked and her beard. Step is to hand feed them. This will get them used to you a bit more because they will realise you're the person who feeds them and that you're good because you have food with you. Treats are things like wax worms. Now Mojo's actually already had one today. I kind of forgot that I'd mentioned this in this video, so I can't show you that again because wax worms should not be fed that often at all. But there's other things you can give them, like Morio worms. Never give mealworms. Morio worms are also called super worms. It's kind of funny, you know, because like Super Mario worms, Super Mario. But and then you can, or when just feeding them. Now most bearded dragons will chase after their food. Like if you pour crickets in there, they should really chase after them. Mojo doesn't. As soon as I got Mojo, she was lazy. I had to hand feed every cricket to her, and she's going off somewhere. But so I guess it kind of helps with taming because she realises I'm the one who hand feeds her and things. But don't like hand feed everything. At least try to get your bearded dragon to chase their food a little bit. But as in like worms or something you can hand feed. But with the crickets, I try to get her to chase them. I just, whilst they're in the tongs, I just move the tongs about a bit, and yeah, Mojo's off. Step is picking them up. This is quite a big step for them because they've never been out of the vivarium before. They're just used to you stroking them, and all of a sudden you're grabbing them and picking them up. You want to do this slowly. You don't want to be quick, and you want them to know you're there. You don't want to like sneak up behind them. So you have one hand in front and one hand behind. That is mainly for when they're bigger. So when they're a bit smaller, you can just kind of use one hand. Mojo's just leaving that one hand bit. She's 7.5, almost 7.5 months old as I'm filming this, but I'm filming this really early. She'll probably be like 8 or 9 months by the time this is uploaded. And then the last step is playtime. Well, I guess bearded dragons, it's not like playtime like you would with the gerbil or something, but it's good to let them roam around your bed. If they're really small, I wouldn't recommend doing this because they could fall down any gaps in your bed, but you could create like a mini pen for them in your room or wherever just to run around. I did that for Mojo once, she quite liked it, and then she pooed on the chessboard, but oh well. But Mojo's getting just big enough, and well, I've only had her for about 3 months now from when I'm filming this, and yeah, I'm learning with her. She's learning with me and I'm learning with her because I don't know if she'll suddenly make a run for it and jump off the bed and hurt herself, or if she's just going to sit there. But when she's fully grown, I'll probably trust her on my bed a bit more because she can't fit down many gaps, and if she jumped off the bed she'd probably be okay a bit more, and also she can't really fit into hiding places. So yeah, putting them on the bed is like a way to learn from them and them to learn from you. You want to trust them, like of course fill up any small gaps, and if they're about to like hurt themselves, of course pick them up. But as they're moving, try not to just like keep grabbing them, because you know, I'm worried if Mojo will do anything, but this is your time to learn from them. And also it will bring out their confidence when you bring them out, and they'll just, you know, be a whole lot more confident.